I am finally back. Not that I was, doing anything bad, but it's nice to be back. Hey, sorry I'm late today as well. I had to do some things in the morning. Also had to get some things ready for today's segments, so... today's gonna be a bit of a weird day, just because we started playing a weird game last time, and it's been stuck in my head the entire time. That Salamanca County game has been in my head ever since we started it. Again, sorry I didn't get the VOD up. So for context, let me just update you all on the VOD situation. Palworld, an 8-hour recording of Factorio is maybe, 7, 8, 9 gigabytes. Palworld, 8-hour recording, is 388 gigabytes. Max upload size is 256. So I don't know what to do. I need to lower the quality substantially to make that thing fit. I'm probably gonna have to bump down the resolution, but down to 1080p. Just because it's currently 1440p, but the rendering time is gonna take forever. So that's why that's not up yet. That's why none of the VODs are up yet. I'm still trying to figure out what's a good way. And I have no real fast way to re-encode it. I tried different tools, but the fastest time I can get is maybe half an hour. So it's I have to try for half an hour, wait to see if it's just low enough and still looks good. There's no artifacts. It's kind of weird, but hopefully we'll have something soon. It's interesting to me how much news that game has been getting, and we'll be playing that game as the last thing of today as well, just because A, we need to do the sacrificial stuff, so we're gonna do cannibalism today. B, there's a couple things to talk about the game that I think is very interesting, but also it's just fascinating in the sense that I'm surprised that so much of the discussion about the game has been about this stuff, when as far as we know, really it hasn't had anything to deal with this topic at hand. But I'll get to that when we get to that. But yeah, sorry that took a while. As I said before, we had to take our dog to the vet. As a good update, she's well, she's healthy. She's surprisingly very healthy, despite the fact that she eats her own poop. So my dog, as you can see here, she is actually very good at the vet. We thought she would maybe, do a little nipping, but we now know that the fruits of our labors have paid off. She's extremely well socialized. She's extremely, quiet. She's almost too quiet. We don't know where she is sometimes. So she's very, very quiet. She's very small. She's very, very, good and stuff like that. And when the vet was holding her and the vet's assistant, she just kind of sat there. When she got the shot, she wasn't even she didn't even react. She just kind of sat there. She was really good. So it seems like our dog is a very, very well-behaved dog. The socialization efforts that we did very early on worked. I also got some photos of her actually pretty much immediately after the shot. So it's funny because when we got the shots for her, we got the rabies shot as well as the worm shot, I think, one of them, because it was time for her rabies shot. Basically, the vet was because they give you a document that says oh, these are the side effects that you can expect, right? And what's going to happen to your dog. And it was funny because the first side effects that we read was your dog will probably be tired and sleepy. And then but the entire time she was running on the bed trying to attack my hands, because I play a game with her where I put my hand under the blanket and I let her dig my hand out to nibble on. It's very fascinating to see that whatever the vet said didn't come true. But I got some good photos of her because she did knock out a bit after. So these photos are going to be interesting because this is mainly proof of why I'm always late, okay? The reason why I'm late is not because I want to be. It's because sometimes when you have a puppy who is really, 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 really clingy, you just have to deal with certain things that she does, right? My puppy loves to sleep on me. And when I say sleep on me, I mean she really does sleep on me. So let's start off with her first basic position. This is the position that she starts out in every single time she goes to sleep. Okay, and this is all I took these photos, as we were falling asleep, and also it may lag the thing a bit just because these photos are massive. They're 4K photos from my phone, so just bear with me. It may lag a bit. So there she is. This is position number 1. Okay, when she first gets sleepy, she likes to go up beside me, and I know she's sleepy when she cuddles up beside me a lot. Right? She only likes to sleep with me, with my wife, but with me especially. She really likes sleeping with me more because I hold her. Because I like holding her. I know it's cute. It's cute to have a baby puppy just beside you and you hold her as she sleeps. So this is the first step. Okay, she'll get under my armpit, under my arm. She'll curl up into a ball and she'll sleep. right? And she'll just be there, she'll just be knocked out, and then she'll wake up maybe like half an hour to an hour later. And this is where the sleep cycles start to go crazy. This one I cropped poorly, so you can't see it. So I had to draw back my face. I had to draw back my face to really show you what's like happening here, okay? So, sorry, my throat's also very like sticky. Not sticky, I just I probably shouldn't have said that. My throat's very phlegmy because it's cold weather and things have been happening. I had to draw back my face. So on the top left, you can see my eyes, my nose, and my mouth. You can see a hint of my mouth there. And I realized that I should crop this out a lot better. So I cropped it out very differently in the later photos. But she's currently on my face. So what she really likes to do is she likes to put her face on my face. She likes to feel skinship. She actually hates feeling my shirt, and if I sleep topless, she'll be fine. But she'll just stay there. But if I'm not topless, because it's like cold or something, or it's like I don't feel like it because the bed feels like weird and like itchy, then it's like she'll like crawl up to my face to like put her face on mine to feel my skin. She's a very weird dog. I don't know why she does this, but she loves it, and I secretly love it too. Even though that night I slept 2 hours. Basically every night I barely sleep with her, so it's kind of hard. But this is step 2, right? She gets up close. Step 3 is she starts to maneuver, right? So now at this point, she has now decided, okay, you know what? The under the arm was like fine, but I didn't feel enough of you. Your face, I get a lot more skin, but at the same time, I'm not really comfortable yet, right? Like you can kind of tell that she's not really comfortable because her like legs are pushing up against me. She doesn't really have much space. So then she starts to wiggle around, okay? And mind you, by this point, she's already licked my face for like a good half an hour, right? So my dog also loves to lick my face. I've read it's just a sign of them wanting to like, bond with you. It's like a bond because it triggers some instincts when they were young, right? But she licks the shit out of me, okay? Now this is all fine and dandy. Wait, there we go. I was gone the entire time. This is all fine and dandy, but for half an hour, all you feel is this little puppy tongue just like going like, just like on your face. And she really likes to lick the side of my nose and also one cheek. She only likes to lick like one cheek and then my eyeball. She really likes licking my eyeball, side of my nose, and my cheek. So my entire like right side of the face, imagine, it's just covered in like slob, and she's just lying there. And okay, the funniest part is I wish I took a photo, but my wife was asleep and I couldn't take a photo without her like stopping. Because she likes me. She gets annoyed if I don't hold her and she licks me. But she'll put one hand on my forehead. She'll put one paw on my forehead as like a don't move kind of thing. It's pretty funny actually. But at this point, she's very, still uncomfortable, right? Like I smell like her because she's licked me, but she still doesn't feel comfortable yet, right? So she starts to maneuver. Okay, this is some of the maneuvers that she does during the night. This is the I'm getting there, but I'm not really there yet maneuver. So I've decided to crop the photos differently from this point on. I only crop up my face. So you see where she is in relation to my face, right? That paw is right up on my jawline, okay? Her paw is just sitting there, right? This is one of her most favorite positions. This one she'll usually stay in for like 2 or 3 hours and she's good. But even this one she gets very uncomfortable in because like sometimes I have to move to scratch myself and like it's very easy for her to feel me moving. And also because of the pillow, right? She tends to slide down in this position, which really it curves her like back in a way that she doesn't like. So she has to like she has to like saddle up and like slide up to make herself like straight again. His poor little puppy. She will then do this position. She'll then do this next position when she's done sliding around, right? She thinks that this is going to like help it. She then decides that, oh, actually, you know what would stop me from sliding down if I just sit on his shoulder, right? So again, you see my face on the right side, cropped out. That is my shoulder that she's sitting on. You can see that I pulled up the blanket because she was also getting kind of cold. I could feel her shaking a bit, so I brought up the blanket to cover her like legs. And she loves sleeping in like warmth, so she will usually. There's another position that she sleeps in, which is like under the blanket where you can't see her. But I usually don't like her there because I'm worried that she'll like stop breathing because there's not enough oxygen, I don't think, under the blanket. I fart a lot. And the other one is also like if we roll around and we don't see her, like you could barely feel her. You actually can barely feel her. There's been multiple times where I'm pretty sure we've like almost crushed her with our bodies because she's just so small, right? But she thinks, okay, if I sit on him, then I won't slide down from the pillow, right? And she's correct. The problem is that now she slides down forward the opposite way, and my arm gets tired because at this point, again, I have to touch her constantly. She loves it when I have my hand on her. She will not sleep unless I have my hand on her. She's very, very clingy in that way. But she's not clingy in a day-to-day basis. I can be away from her from a day-to-day basis, but when it's bedtime, she does not want to sleep alone. She's like, you have to sleep. She has to sleep with us. She has to. And you have to touch her. You have to hold her. And so after a while, this lasts for a while, but it's still not really comfortable because she's still sliding, right? Then she decides, wait a minute, what if I push up against you? All right? What if the problem is that my back is against you and is not of grip, right? You know what has grip? Her feet. Her feet have grip. So one paw is just up and out there. It's just kind of bent downwards as she's just asleep, right? Her other three paws are right up against my face. I can barely do anything. I can't even move my face without waking her up because it's just all there now, right? So this is her solution to sliding down my face. I think she thinks using her foot is enough grip to keep it safe. Which, to be fair, it is true. But now the problem, and this is, it's not really a problem, but she is now, this is again a crop photo. She's now up against my wife. And my wife, she loves to move around in her sleep, right? So for context, my wife says I sleep like a vampire because I sleep just straight up on my back. And I honestly do the, how the stereotypical vampire, I don't know, what's a vampire from Castlevania? I don't know. Alucard in the coffin. Alucard sleeping. I don't know. Alucard. Yeah, here we go. That's it. Sleeping. Yeah. I mean, oh wait, no. These are fan art, so maybe I shouldn't show these. Oh wait. This is it. Let me save this image. This is perfect. Alucard in the crib. Alucard in the crib. WRO. Alucard. Why does Alucard sleep like this? I mean, why do vampires sleep like this? I don't know. Why am I even questioning it when this is how I sleep? So this is how I sleep. I sleep like this. So this is Alucard from the Castlevania Netflix cartoon or anime, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. They're basically the same thing. I mean, anime is just the same word. It's just a medium. I don't know. But that's basically how I sleep. I will actually sleep with my arms crossed, and I'll collapse my palms. And I'll just be under the blanket, and but I'll be wrapped up like a mummy. And it's that is my most comfortable position. The other one is I put both my hands behind my back, and I don't know why, but it's so goddamn comfortable. And there's another story I tell you after. It's related to how I sleep. But I usually sleep like this, and I basically don't move, right? My wife is the opposite. She will basically spin. She has spun many times. One time when we were sleeping, she actually spun all the way around to be the opposite. So her head was by my foot and her foot was by my head. And I was like, how did you get down here? Right? So I watched her. So when she took a nap once, I watched her and she just spins around in her sleep all the way around the bed like a circle. She keeps on going. I'm like, what are you doing? Which is fine, right? But for the dog, she's like, well, can you stop moving, right? Because the dog gets annoyed, right? So, maybe half an hour later, my wife will shift and stuff because she feels a weight on her too. It's not that much of a weight. When we went to the vet, we found out our dog is only 1.6 pounds. 1.6 pounds. That's small. She's only 1.6 pounds. They weighed her on the scale, and I was like, that's so adorable. Okay, for context, she's also 6 months old now. So it's she's halfway to being full size. And so it's I don't actually know if she'll ever get any larger. I think she's done. I think this is as large as she gets. Because I really doubt she's going to get much taller in the next 6 months, but I don't really know. But yeah, so, at this point now she gets annoyed that my wife moves. It's understandable. Then she decides, you know what? I need some more stability in my life. I'm going to do this. Yep. She then gives my wife the ass, right? And again, if a dog gives you its butt, it's because it trusts you, right? It's why dogs look at you as they're pooping, because they want to know that you're looking at the back. It's my headcanon. It's my theory. It's some theory that I read online about why dogs look at you as they poop. But she decides I want more stability again. So she starts to sleep on her stomach like a psychopath, like she's just sitting down or lying down. And again, both of her legs are on my shoulder. At this point, blood circulation is cut off from your arm. And this is when, the late game movements start to happen, okay? By this point, she's like, okay, too many people are moving, there's too many things, but I really want to feel human skin, right? And at this point, she also wants, like, a bit of warmth on her stomach, because by this point in the night, like, it gets colder at night, obviously, right? So she's like, you know what gives me the most warmth? The human body. And you know how to get the most warmth onto my body? Is if I just lie on the human body. And so at this point, she wraps herself around my neck like a scarf. And then this is how she sleeps for the rest of the night. She sleeps for like this for the rest of the night. She'll eventually put her stomach on my neck, on my trachea. Actually, it's like, imagine she's a black belt in jujitsu, right? She's trying to kill me, right? She'll just lay there, and then this is how she sleeps the entire night. I can barely breathe, and like it feels like this, like, but it feels so nice. It feels like a nice warm like velvet blanket on my stomach that like, and I hear her like snoring like dog. So it's very, very cute. So it helps me sleep too, right? But at this point, this is her final position. You can see right now in this photo that she's kind of far from my head. Like there's still space between my like neck and like her. She has her head on my chest. Eventually, she moves down, covers my trachea with her stomach, because again, my chest moves too much. And then she gets to feel all that skin for the entire night. And then we sleep like this for the rest of the night. At this point, it's maybe 5 hours in, and I've only gotten like half an hour of sleep. So it's like, okay, well, we have to wake up in like 3 hours to take her to the groomers and stuff. So. But this is basically why I'm late every single time. It's because of this dog. She's very clingy. Very, very clingy, but only at nighttime. She's wonderful during the day. She's not clingy at all. Like, I can leave her for like hours and she doesn't care. But like, she's really excited when I come back, obviously. But she's not like clingy to us during the like day, which is funny. Like, she loves spending time with us, but she's fine being alone too. It's just at nighttime. Even when she takes like a nap, she would rather nap with us. But when it's like sleep time, she's like, no, you have to be with me now. And only at nighttime. And I think it's because of how she grew up. So we also learned a couple of other things about this dog. We learned that her family was kind of interesting. So we got her from not like a breeder, but like the people who like had her, they just had like a purebred Chihuahua like litter. So we know who her mom and her dad is. Her dad looks so funny. I wish I kept the photo, but I forgot to, so I'll show it to you next time. Her mom, we don't have a photo of her. I don't know what happened to her. But all of her siblings, basically, they just all used to sleep up, like cuddled together. And like they were with them for I think 2 months before they were able to, before she in particular left that family. So it's like, imagine, your whole life you've been sleeping with someone, right? Your siblings, your family, even like humans, right? And then everyone's just like gone, and then you're just here alone. It's like, it's gonna be like hard for her, right? So I think that's why she likes to sleep the way that she does. We learned some other interesting facts about her as well. She's from New York, but not New York City. She's from New York, Brighton, Brightham. I don't know. No, yeah, New York, Brighton, which is coincidentally, I didn't know. It's only 5 hours away from the border, from the Canadian border. So it makes sense. But I didn't actually understand how lucky we were to have this dog, because my wife was the one who went to get the dog. She's the one who found the dog, and so she was like, "I told you all this." I'm like, "Honey, I told my wife," because at this point, right, I didn't really think we would get another dog, just because it's like, A, it's a lot of responsibility, but also B, it's like, it's like, are we ready for it, and like, can we handle it again? And it was like. Just one day out of nowhere, I was just on my computer, and by this point, my wife, I was like, I'm thinking of getting another dog, but I don't really know yet. Depends on what her mother-in-law wants to, because it's also for her mother-in-law to like have someone to spend time with too. And I was down for anything, and I didn't mind, but I also wasn't really sure what was going to happen, because it's kind of hard to find a dog that you want to. It's like you have to like meet dogs to see them. And so I'm just kind of chilling one day, and all of a sudden she's like, "Honey, I have a surprise for you." And this is after she, went to my brother-in-law's place, because like he was having like a, small family gathering. And so she comes all the way back. She comes right to my place. She doesn't even go straight home. And she just shows me the like dog, right? And I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, where did you get this dog? And so she explains to me, actually the dog was free. I was like, oh, and she was like, yeah. And then she neglected to tell me that it was free, it was purebred, and that it came from New York. And so I'm like, how did this? So like, when she told me like recently, well, like literally two days ago, all the history of the dog, because we finally got the documentation for the dog. I was like, how did you get this dog for free? How did you get a purebred Chihuahua from New York, Brighton, for free? And she's like, I don't know, they just liked us, so they just gave it to us for free. Because again, apparently they had too many dogs, and so it was like they couldn't take care of all of them. So now Missy's ours, which is fascinating to say the least. Are we getting weird today? Unlike usual, where we don't get weird. Oh, we're getting weird today. We're getting really weird. Also, welcome back. Hopefully you're less sick now. It's been 3 days. It's been 3 days. I hope you're less sick. If you're still sick, you're gonna feel even more sick after today. So 50-50 on if this is a good stream to watch or not. But I was showing off some dog photos since you just joined here. Enjoy this dog photo of her sleeping on my head. I'll switch it every now and then. I wish I knew how to make like a slideshow thing that didn't involve me having to like open up in like Microsoft Photos, because that thing will eventually cycle to my personal photos, and it's like I don't want you guys to accidentally dox me. So you're still sick, but less so. That's good to hear. It's good to hear. Antibiotics are doing their work. But yeah, so now I learned my dog is a New York dog. I'm significantly more scared of her now, because I've heard New Yorkers can be kind of like mean. So it also explains a lot actually about her personality. So knowing about the history of her family too, it explains a lot about what's been happening. So yesterday, around 8, our friend also has a purebred Chihuahua dog. And I was like, wow, they have a purebred Chihuahua. Mind you, Missy was supposed to be like $2,000, right? But we got her for like free, okay? So our friend was like, wow, I can't believe she's like free. But like, they wanted to do like a dog date between her Chihuahua and like our Chihuahua. And I was like, okay, fine, let's like do it, right? And so my wife is texting me, and she, not even like an hour later, she was like, honey, the date is already over. And I was like, what happened? And she was like, so our friend brought her Chihuahua over, and Missy is very, very dominating. No matter how big the dog is, unless the dog is friendly with like her, or like very submissive, Missy will absolutely try to dominate them. And she dominates even like larger dogs. So I took her to PetSmart once, and there was a giant Malamute, and she made the Malamute piss itself. And I was like, oh no. I was like, oh no, what are you doing, Missy? I was like, why are you so small? But why are you so like, I don't know, like why is she so intimidating to like other dogs? And mind you, she doesn't even bark at them, right? Missy doesn't even bark at them. Missy just like wants to play with them, and like Missy, like, she's like very, very nice to them. She doesn't even like bite them. She waits for them to like want to play, to like bundle up to like her, right? Everyone's just afraid of her. So my friend's Chihuahua, so our friend's Chihuahua, they come over immediately. The dog starts like pissing and like shitting itself. It's like afraid of like Missy. It's like trying to hide and like run away. I'm like, oh my god, it's a disaster. So that's 2 for 2. She's scared off both of her boyfriends now. Yep, both of her boyfriends. And I'm very, very I'm very afraid that our poor Missy is gonna grow up alone and single for the rest of her life. The dog is coming up to a white void. Yep, that white void is me. That's how I look like IRL. I have no skin. I'm just paper all the way through. She wouldn't have gotten along with Kira when she was younger. Oh, for your dog, right? Yeah, like I feel like if she goes up to like a dog that's like, you know, naturally, I don't know, because like, if she goes up against more aggressive dogs, I feel like she'll for sure clash. And so it's like I have to hold her. Like, but the thing is that she doesn't fight them. Like she doesn't fight any dog that she ever meets. She just gets very excited. Like she just goes up to them and she's like, please play with me, right? But I think her excitement scares dogs that are very like anxious. And so it's like funny to like see her be like, you know, because she's very not shy. She's very, very active. She's very social, right? She's way more extroverted than I am, which is a problem because other dog owners, when they see like our dog playing together, they'll walk up to me and talk to me. And I'm like, dude, no, don't talk to me. Talk to my dog. Don't talk to me. Talk to my dog. I'm not here to talk. I'm just here to watch her. Like I'm very introverted. Like at the PetSmart, we took it to go grooming too, but we forgot you have to wait like 2 days after, so we had to come back. But like some of the person was like there. They were waiting for their dog to get groomed, and they saw me and my dog, and Missy looking at their dog. So they came to like talk to me, and I was like, I don't know what to say. Like the entire conversation was like them talk to me, and all I said was, yeah, really? Oh, that's so cute. That's all I said. And I had to redirect to like Missy to be like, yes, you can pet her. And so they started petting her and then talking to her. And I was like, yes, perfect. I am now free. I'm now free from the human conversation. So my dog gets me into more trouble than I want most of the time. But yeah, that was basically what we did. Oh, other fun things that we did as well. When we went to the vet, which is like the Humane Society in a city, it's like a volunteer not-for-profit place, and so they do the stuff to, you know, at like very cheap, but also like it's like, you know, I don't mind supporting them too and like buying stuff from them because like, you know, they do it for the sake of the dogs. They're a no-kill shelter, so it's like nice. Like they actually try to take care of them. When we were doing the shots for her, we saw a couple of birds. So my wife, I don't know how she has like bird vision. I don't know how she does this. So we'll just be walking around, right? Anywhere. Like, it doesn't matter where. And she'll always be able to spot, like, a weird-looking, cool-looking bird, no matter where it is. Even if it's high up in a tree, she'll be like, look, it's blue. I'm like, where? And then I see it, I'm like, honey, that's like a small dot in the... How'd you see that bird? So this time, she was like, honey, look. It's red. It's red. And I was like, yeah, it's a cool looking bird. So I got out my camera. My phone's camera is very, very good. This is on 20 times zoom because I didn't want to get like close. Look at that thing. And it had a friend. I don't know what bird this is, but like we have these birds sometimes in the city. The city is apparently known for like birds like this, so it's like pretty cool. So you got this a bird. Then you have its friend. Its friend was also kind of cute, but it was like orange. So she was like, so my wife, it's funny because again, my wife has bird vision. Okay, I didn't see the orange bird. So after I took a photo of the red bird, she was like, look, orange bird. And I was like, where? I was like, why are you seeing these birds? And there it was, orange bird. She wasn't wrong. It's orange bird. Good bird. It's a good bird. The dog has higher conversational skills than her owner. She really does. Yeah. I mean, in general, conversations usually go like that for me anyways. Like when it's my wife and I, right? It's my wife talking and me just going like, Like I don't like talking at all. Like my wife is very, very good at social, but she also gets anxious from social, but I don't get anxious from social. But I don't like talking to people. So it's like it's a weird mix. She's good at talking to people, but she gets anxious. I don't mind talking to people, like in terms of anxiety, but I just don't like talking to people. So it's like she does all the talking, and then I step in when she needs like a break. But it's like you know, I'm like very unpersonable IRL. Like I'm very, very cold, which is like bad, but it's also like I just don't want to talk. The best looking bird that you have around here is the common kingfisher. Isn't that the one that like dives into water, like spirits fish? No, King Flasher. Okay, that's not what I wanted to type. That is not what I wanted to type. I typed King Flasher. I don't know why I typed that. That's maybe out of habit. I don't know why I typed Flasher. I really don't know why. That was weird. Maybe Flashbang? I don't know. Yeah, these are the ones that like, yeah, by swooping down. These ones are cool. I would rather have kingfishers. Actually, I wouldn't want to have a kingfisher because they would probably spear Missy. They would try to spear Missy because she's so small. On the day we went to the vet, it was very foggy, so the fog was intense. So you know, every time we go out with Missy, we have this carrying bag for her because the carrying bag is like, you know, she really likes a carrying bag, and also like, this is weird. This is because my old dog, rest in peace. My old dog was very, very much like you could not contain her. She really wanted to walk anywhere. It makes sense. She was a Pomeranian / West Terrier mix, right? So she was a very active dog. But she was also very friendly to people, but she really wanted to go on her own thing, right? But Missy, this is her preferred method of transportation. This bag. Like, look at her face. Look at her face. She actually doesn't care. Her face is all scrunched up. She's like, yep, I'm good. And mind you, she'll stay like that for like hours. Like she loves this. Natural lap dog, yep. But what's funny is that at home, she hates being on the lap. She loves exploring. It's just when we go outside, she doesn't care to walk around. It's so funny. We've been trying to get her to walk around, but she doesn't walk. So every time we tried, we tried to like take her out to like walk, or even just to like pee and poo outside. We take her out, we put her on the ground. She doesn't move. She just looks around, like she keeps her legs like completely straight. She looks around, and then she decides to just sit there, and we're like and we're like just like walk around and I'll sniff around. She doesn't care to sniff around. She just wants to play with us. It's weird. Little squished up her like ears, right? It's so cute, and she'll stay with us. She'll so we walked around the like mall with her, because the mall they don't really allow it, but like everyone brings their dog anyways, and she'll poke her head out to like sniff at things, and then she'll go back into her like bag. So the bag is like her safe space to like hide in, where it's like funny. It's funny that outside she doesn't want to do anything, but at like home she's like very, very active. So she'll poke in and out, and this is her like preferred way of like moving around and like stuff. Plus it's like cold, right? So it's nicer for her to be in the carrying bag anyways. But this day in particular was like really cold, but also very foggy. Okay, so this is what it looked like when we were driving around. Okay, this looked a bit like Silent Hill. So again, I don't know, like a fear warning. I don't know, a jump scare warning. I guess I don't know. Bam. Look at that. The view from the car. Okay, this probably won't dox me. As far as I can tell, there's no documentation of my car in this photo. So it should be okay to show. Today, actually most days, I'm actually usually the passenger princess, because my wife really, really hates it when someone else drives. Like, she does not feel safe when someone else drives because of anxiety. So my wife will basically always drive, and then I drive whenever I go alone, or whenever she needs help, right? But usually I'm the passenger princess, so I get to take all the cool like weird like photos. You could not see in front of you from more than like maybe a couple feet, which is like nuts. It was very, very foggy. It was actually kind of scary at some points getting home too, because like you really couldn't see people on certain stretches of the highway. And especially in the parking lot of the mall, it looked very Silent Hill-esque. You just saw like an empty parking lot, because we went during the like day, during like a weekday, right? Because I have nothing else to do. And then you barely see any cars, you barely see any people. There's like no noise because no one's driving, right? It's like just after lunchtime, so everyone's like finally like settled down, going back to work, and there's nothing, and you can barely see in like front of you, and it's just rainy, it's just foggy. It was kind of scary actually, but also nice. But it was a good day. Had a great time. This Friday we're taking her back to the groomers, because that's when the vaccine sells in and we can go. So Friday will be a later stream. We'll probably be doing some more Astro Libra on that day as well. So we'll have to see. Wait, today's Thursday. Oh, tomorrow's Friday. Yeah, so tomorrow's a later stream. But we're basically back in the full-time streaming schedule again. So we now get to go back to playing games. I just thought I'd update you all on the dog. Also, we went to a store called Winners. I don't know how to explain this store. The store called Winners, it's like a discount store, but like not a discount store. It's hard to explain. So when we went into the store, the thing that you'll notice is that it has a lot of brands of like things, right? Like a lot of different brand items. So imagine like very fancy Louis Vuitton or Lacoste like shirts or like shoes even, right? But they're all marked down. And I don't know why, but I think the idea is that these are things that they were going to like throw out of season and like stuff. So it's sort of like it's their like warehouse manufacturer, like out of season, out of stock stuff that they don't really care about. So I think Winners buys them and like resells them. We love going there because you sometimes find very good deals. So in there, I got a very nice, two very nice dress shirts as well as two very nice pants. And I'm not even kidding you, the original price was $200 for like each of them, and the marked down price was like $30. And I was like, this is perfect. And that's what you find for everything in there. It's like a crazy cheaper place to like go. And these are very nice brands too. Not like, the fancy or like the quote unquote fancy, the brands that everyone pays a lot of money for. I'm talking about like really nice brands that like doesn't really have any branding, but is like primarily made for like a specific like purpose. Like it's like a very comfortable piece of clothing, or it's a very well made piece of clothing. They just happen to sell it for very, very cheap. I also got some good like shoes too. because my shoes were they're completely broken, and after 5 years of walking with wet toes, I want to be a dry footman. I want to be dry footman. You have Die Hardman from Death Stranding. Now you have dry footman. You're dry footman. But in there, I also got a weighted blanket. Okay, this is my first weighted blanket ever. I knew that it was going to be amazing, but I didn't understand how amazing. Okay, it is the Ube Form weighted blanket. Let me see if I can find it. Ube Form weighted blanket. This is no Obis weighted Ubis Obo Oba Uber where is it? This thing is a masterpiece. Here, let me show you. This is not me. This is just some random person on their website, so thank you. Obis Form, Obis Essentials, Obo, Yubo, Weibo, Obo, Weibo, WeChat. I don't know. Are you a boob or a butt guy? Sticky. I'm more of a wet foot guy. I'm dry footman. Hi, I'm dry footman. I love me some wet feet. But yeah, that place is great. Waterproof shoes that used to be 160. And like Air Martins and stuff like that for like way cheaper, down to $60 or even $50. We even saw stuff that was like basically 80% off. Like it's crazy nuts. This weighted blanket was only I think 30% off. So from 100 down to like 70. But even then, this was the best purchase I've ever made. Okay, I am this person right here. I am her. Oh, Gordon! Holy shit, you came out of nowhere. Okay, it's fine. We'll go with them, Gordon too. This is me. I love this thing. It's so good. I love being in the weighted blanket. Chat, I fell asleep so fast last night. So for my entire life, I've always been a very difficult person to put to sleep. I make it sound like it's hard to like choke me out or something. Like no, if you put me in like a jujitsu arm in a jujitsu chokehold, I will pass out. But like in terms of it's like just sleeping normally, it's very hard for me to sleep. I wake up very often due to nightmares. I wake up very often due to like noises. I sometimes wake up screaming too. There's a lot of reasons why. I'm not really gonna get into it. But in general, I have a lot of like issues with me sleeping. So this has been a godsend. This is amazing. Okay, I'll put this on my body, and it feels so nice. And you just like KO, and it feels so good. My normal blanket is very heavy too, but not as heavy as like this. But that's why I like it. The problem is that it's also way too hot. This is light. I feel like I'm going to freeze to death just using this like blanket. But it's so heavy that it just makes you fall right asleep. And I woke up feeling like $1,000,000 today. And I woke up and like I only woke up because there was like a loud car noise outside too, which thankfully was fine. It was just some honking or something. But usually, like I usually can't sleep for very long. I'll wake up in like spirits and I'll be like, ah, you know what I mean? So it's like very, very difficult. But like this is nice. Really good stuff. Highly recommend a weighted blanket if you have trouble sleeping. Highly recommend a weighted blanket if you also hate blankets that are way too hot. This is a surprisingly cool blanket, and I think it's the balls inside. The balls inside feel very, very nice and like cold. Very, very nice and cold. So this is me the entire day. I mean the entire night. And boy, oh boy, is it a good sleep. Here, let me just, we'll juxtapose me with this. Perfect. This is gonna be me the entire time. But I highly recommend it. The best part is that because it was my first one, I had no clue what to expect, and it came at the right time too. So, my brother may be one of the rarest people in all of Canada. Okay, I looked this up statistically. In Canada, 500 people a year get malaria. He's one of the 500. I don't know what happened. He just texted me one day when I was downstairs, just like editing stuff. And also like doing stuff for the business and like stuff like that I have to help with the whole contracting thing that I talked about last time. He was just like, hey, I'm gonna quarantine in your room, and I was like, oh, okay, I don't know what's happening. Sure. Now as I said, it's hard for me to fall asleep. I need my fan in order to fall asleep well. Gagata, welcome. Mike, you're quite jealous. I know you are. This blanket is stunning. But yeah, so I need a fan to sleep at all times because I need the temperature to be just right, but also I need the white noise to like not hear anything. I then also need to be blowing in a specific direction. So there's a lot that I have to like do, right? So I got kicked out of nowhere. I didn't have to redo the basement as like my den kind of thing. And I only found out later what my brother was sick with. He's sick with malaria. And again, malaria is not endemic to Canada. It's actually very rare in Canada. Only 500 people a year get it. And I find it funny because my brother always gets the rarest conditions, always. And I always feel bad for him, you know? Like I'm glad that he's feeling better. I was just worried about him. But like, you know, now that the worry is like gone and now that he's like fine, now it's funny to like think about it because like how unlucky do you have to be one of the 500 people in Canada to get malaria per year? You have to be insanely unlucky to be the one of 500 people to get it. But I found out that malaria can stay in your system for even up to like a year. So it really depends on where he like got it from. Could be from, you know, maybe he went back to the home country. I don't really know. You thought that only existed in Africa? How did he even get it? So that's the thing, right? It's not endemic here. But there's some research articles saying that the city has sometimes had mosquitoes that have had the infection, and as far as I know, it's because, you know, it did come from overseas. So it's like it's not endemic to Canada, but it can be found like elsewhere, right? And so if a mosquito just sucks on them and then they like get it, apparently they can transfer it. But it's also weird because I was reading how like you need the right conditions for malaria to like actually pass on to you, and so I was like, how is this even possible? But for context, the country where I'm from, or like where where my background is like from, it has a fair number of cases of malaria. Apparently, I was looking up the statistics on it because all you need is a very tropical or like a very hot, arid place for it to really like thrive, right? So any place that's like hot with a lot of mosquitoes, that's basically how it'll thrive. And if you've ever been to Southeast Asia, that's all you have. In Southeast Asia, it's hot, it's humid, there's a lot of mosquitoes. That's all you need. That is a recipe for mosquito infestations. So I'm assuming he got it when he went back home to visit or something, but I don't even know when he visited because, you know, I don't keep tracks. I don't keep tabs on like where people go. I don't know. But yeah, he's one of the 500 people to get to malaria. It's very funny to me. Again, I'm glad they're safe, so it's fine that I can like laugh about it. But again, 500 people in all of Canada in a place where you literally can't get it otherwise. Like the mosquitoes, it's such a different climate here that the mosquitoes can't even hold it. Like the malaria apparently like can't even survive in our climate because it's so cold at like times. And so I was like, I don't know how he like got it, but you know what? At least we have some kind of luck, right? So it's very, very funny. But yeah, that's why the weighted blanket came in at the right time. The weighted blanket, I went as soon as I saw it, I was like, I need this because downstairs I have no blanket because he's using my blanket and my pillow, and down here I have nothing. So it's good. I've been using my clothing as like a pillow, and then I found like a random pillow that was stuck in the corner somewhere. So I was like, it's mine now. So now I have a pillow, but this blanket saved me. This blanket gave me a good night's sleep last night after the whole dog spinning on my face thing. So this is good. So yeah, I don't know how he like got it. I don't know what happened. All I know is that my brother is like is basically the 1%, right? Like, what's the population of like Canada? Population of Canada, and mind you, again, in all of Canada, there is only 500 people a year that get malaria. So what percentage is 500 out of 38.25 million? He is the 0.001% of Canadians. He's up there. He's really, really up there. I'm gonna try to crop out this like blanket thing too, because I don't know who she is, but that's official material from their websites. I want to be the star of the blanket. Yeah, that's all the stories of everything that like happened. My dog has had a fun time spinning around me. She's had a great time going out as well. She was very good at the vet. Things have been great. She really loves sleeping on my face. That's why I'm always late. But that's really all the stories that I had. So I thought it'd be fun to update you all on what like happens. Hope you enjoyed the birds. Also, there was one more thing that I found actually. Found this cool alarm as well. This alarm can apparently move around. So you have to chase this alarm down as like a toy, as like a thing. So like it'll just keep on going, and you have to like chase it around the like room to like stop it. It's also a great example of the Canadian advertising. So on the right side you have the English, but because we're a bilingual country and everything must be in two languages, on the left side you also see the French. It's why I can read a fair amount of French, but I can't speak it, because everything is written in like French, and so it's like, and you have the reference of what it means in like English. So you pick up the words slowly, but I can't speak it for like shit. So yeah, other than like that, nothing else really happened. It's been a good, relaxing time. But you know what I missed during my time away? It's streaming. Okay, when can we talk about more about the streaming stuff? Because I have some video ideas lined up as well. But I'm noticing that streaming is a very fun activity to like do, and as a hobby, as long as everyone's aware that like it's like a very different space, right? So I've been reading this webtoon called Suhi Zero. I don't know if I can even show it on stream. I guess I can. It's not that I'm showing the thing itself. I'm just showing the webtoon itself. Like, I'm just showing what it is, and I'm just telling you what it is, okay? Like, again, I can't show you a single episode. You knew I'd miss you. You were missing me too. Okay, guys, we're getting parasocial here. Can you imagine? It's like, oh, yeah, streamer, you're definitely talking about me. I knew you missed me. But this webtoon actually made me think about that specific topic of parasociality, okay? This is a fascinating topic to me because I think parasociality... Okay, there's too much shit on the screen. But one of you has to go. One of you has to go. My dog isn't gonna go. I'm gonna go. My dog stays. Wait! It's just like I'm there, chat. Look. It's just like I'm there. Right. So this is what you see. It's just like I'm there with my dog up on my face. No, he missed me. Oh no, they're fighting with each other. No, this isn't what I wanted from streaming. But this webtoon made me think about this a lot. How dare you? No, they're fighting. Look, I miss all of you. I'm here for all of you, okay? Every single one of you, I'm here for all of you. And you know what? You're gonna see what happens if we continue down this dangerous path if you read this webtoon. This webtoon is fantastic. It's free. You just download the Webtoon app, which, again, you should just download it anyways. It's basically, webtoons are just mangas, but like under a different name and also a different kind of like style. It's like because like manga has its own style. Sticky is a Japanese idol. Guys, please, no, it's getting parasocial. No, I'm just kidding, but yeah, it is funny to like read this and like see like, you know, people can do that. So yeah, this is what it's gonna be like for us in the future, chat. We're going down a dangerous path, chat. We're going down a dangerous path. At some point, this is going to happen to us. And this webtoon is about an average office worker, like me, who happened to fall into streaming accidentally when she showed up on her brother's stream. My god, the amount of parasociality that this shows and the scariness of it is like terrifying. He doesn't want you to feel left out. He's just nice. He sent me an email saying so. No. I didn't email anybody. But if you do want to... Okay, have this. Everybody, you can find my email on my website. You can email me, and then whoever I reply to, I like you more. How about that? But the trick is that you can't tell anyone, okay? You have to trust that I would only email one of you. Yeah. So okay. So when they send the emails, yeah, okay, just be sure to hit reply all. All right, but use like the blind carbon copy, the BCC. So no, okay, good. Sorry, I was just talking with my manager. Yes, my manager told me that I was just telling my manager something that they should do. Wait, Sticky told me that ICQ. ICQ. I haven't heard of ICQ in so long. Also, welcome Narf. It is indeed Imam Lee. Is ICQ even like still alive? ICQ. It's not alive, right? ICQ new. It's alive. Oh my god. Yeah, it's still alive. Holy shit. Huh? Who knew? I don't know. Like I'm always surprised when that stuff is still alive. Same with like RSC chats. Like nobody really uses RSC anymore. Also because like, you know, I don't want to be like doxing and stuff. But it is nice to see like relics of like old internet culture still alive and stuff. Who loves you, Sticky? Oh no. No, guys, I love all of you equally. Okay, look, it's Do you have siblings? Do any of you have like siblings? Okay, if you don't, just imagine you have siblings, right? Imagine you're a parent and you have multiple children. Do you really like one child over the rest? Answer me. I don't. I love all of my children equally. Therefore, imagine if I don't know. Okay, you're all just people who are thrust on me. I have no choice, right? So I have no choice but to love all of you equally. Otherwise, you'll have my head. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. We're going down a dangerous path. Read this webtoon. We're going down a dangerous path, all of us. We're all going down a dangerous path. This webtoon explains it all. We're going into games. We're stopping this. I'm stopping this now. And we're going to be playing some weird games. Again, we're going to continue the weird game that we started last time. There's a couple of other weird games I want to check out as well. So this is going to be a fairly long stream today. Oh, and hopefully we're not going to be stuck in like one single game for too long. But we'll have to see. But as far as I can tell, the rest of the games are much shorter in terms of the weird games. And again, if you wanted to see the cannibalism segment, I don't know when that'll be. It could be anywhere between 2 to 4 hours in. Okay. Okay, I'll be sure to follow that webtoon guide. Oh god, I'm giving you guys training material. Okay, remember, when you read it, just rename all of your accounts to Master Cabbage and send me 10,000 or like $20,000 every couple days, right? That's how you gain my love. Yeah. So yeah, if you're here for the cannibalism segment when we eat someone in the PAL world, that could be 2 to 4 hours in. So again, just be warned. That's when it's going to happen. If you don't know what I'm talking about, we're gonna play a game. We're gonna do a roulette, basically just a random chance thing. Whoever falls out of the cage, we eat them. And the people that I've captured are all named after chat memories, okay? So we just eat chat memories, and we see what happens when we eat chat memories. I also need to show you what my base is like, and there's a lot to talk about with that game as well. So there's a lot to talk about with that game. It's gonna be one of the longest segments of today, so if you're bored of PAL World, you can skip away, but at least for the first hour or so, we're gonna do some fun stuff. So after that, it's just discussion time, so yeah. Just give me a moment. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get things ready. I need to use the washroom really quick too. My bladder is significantly smaller than I thought it was. I thought it'd be fine. I just drank coffee. So, in the meantime, I'll leave you with some songs. This song in particular, I think you'll all really like this song actually a lot. This is a song that I found again recently, and this song is a song about overcoming the difficulties of life. I don't really know how else to say it. I'm going to show you the lyrics of the song. I can't show you the music video, but I'm going to show you the lyrics of it. You can't hear it yet. You can't see it yet. Sorry, just give me a moment. That's not the one that I wanted. That is the live. That's a live. There we go. There. So this is the lyrics. I need to do this carefully because there's a 50-50. I'm going to get struck with a copyright strike. Okay, 50-50. I need to be very careful here. Do not mess this up. This may be the day that I get banned. I'm honestly surprised that I haven't been banned yet, considering all the things that we've done and I played. This is a song in Japanese as well, so you probably won't understand it unless you speak Japanese. I sure as fuck don't. I only know one word, and that's kimuchi yamete, which as far as I know is very sexual. So that's not going to help my case against all of you wanting to be loved by me. Anyways, just enjoy the song. Hide me. There we go. Enjoy. This is a very cute song. Swear to God. Swear to God, it's cute.
「 試練が待っているのだろう。超えていかなくちゃ分かっているけどけどけどそんな中から出たくないトイレの方が来たらいいのにそんな中から出たくない布団の中に全てあればいいのにそれでも行かなくちゃいけない立ち上がれ布団の中から布団の中から出てない寒い世界に立ち向かって布団の中から出てない布団の外は寒すぎるから布団の中から出てない布団の中は暖かすぎるから朝目が覚める布団の中で起きる布団の外に旅立って一日が始まる一日終わったら一日疲れたら暖かい柔らかい布団が待っている
Wow, that was a long P. Sorry for that. That took way longer than I expected. Beautiful, right? Genuinely beautiful song. I don't know what the song is called. I'm gonna try to pronounce it. I'm gonna butcher it, and then you're all gonna call me racist. I like 100% guaranteed. But I swear to God, I can't pronounce certain words. My mouth. There's something wrong with my mouth. I literally can't pronounce certain things. Uchikubi Gokumon Dokokai. I don't want to get out of the futon. I don't want to get out of the futon. That's the official name. That's a great translation actually. The song is about trying to overcome the difficulties of life. Being able to just say, okay, I'm gonna face the cold, harsh reality of the world. I'm gonna face the difficult things in like life, bravely. I'm gonna do it the best way that I can, knowing that even though staying in the futon is nice and warm and like comfy, it's also important to be able to step out of your comfort zone, because that's the only way that you'll be able to move forward. So that's the only way that you'll be able to live a life and being able to like grow as a person. It's a very interesting song to hear. I've heard that the song is, at least from people that have tried to explain the song to me, who are like way more versed, because they literally like they grew up there. When this song got popular, apparently it was like a very, because like apparently there's no central heating there, or like very little central heating in Japan, was how they explained it to me. So the idea of like just a warm room was like easy to resonate to. But then I was also like, I tried to ask them like why is it heavy metal? And then they were like, sometimes you just want like, I don't know, sometimes that songs are just heavy metal. I'm like, okay, cool. But yeah, I really like that song, and I found it actually from this channel called I'm not kidding you, George Collier. So I'll link the actual song itself in chat. This is the official music video. That wasn't too terrible, at least better than the average English. Yes! I can pronounce things. But the video that I found it from was the live performance of it. And I remember seeing it as a meme, so I was like, oh wait, this like meme thing. Like, the whole red panda bear dude like drumming really hard like hardcore. This is how I found it from. So I'll show you a bit of the video, very small amounts, because I don't think I'm allowed to show you everything. I'll just show you the bear going crazy, like hardcore on these drums. Here we go. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, slam those drums. So you know when the song gets like crazy and like stuff, this is what you'll like say. You can't hit the song, but this is the actual drummer for that song, dressed up in a kid's costume because it's a kid's song. But that channel, George Collier, I subscribe to them on my personal one. They do transcriptions of different songs. So when you transcribe a song, it's when you only hear the live notes and you need to turn it back into like, you know, the sheet music, right? Usually for pop songs, that's like easy. They went hard mode and they do it for jazz songs. And actually that's how I know generally what the George Collier channel is like for. If you look at the videos on this channel, it's almost always jazz or funk. Very rarely is there pop, very rarely is there a cappella, and almost never is there a kid's song. So I was going through it all, and I was like, why is there a kid's song in this transcribing channel about, you know, transcribing jazz music? Like really crazy good, you know, musicians with very complex notes. And I listened to it, and I was like, oh, that's why. Do you know why, chat? This is the transcription for the very near the end, one of the more hardcore portions of the song's beats. Let me show you this. Let me just show you what the notes look like at this point. This is what it looks like when you're transcribing heavy metal drum work. Let's see, let's crop it like this, crop it like that. I probably can't show too much of it. I'll show you the channel name though. Don't mind my recommendations, again, it's just random stuff. Yeah, when I saw this, I was like, oh yeah, this does look a lot like the transcriptions for the jazz music that they do. And also it's funny because the name of the channel, I don't know if it's in reference to them. There's a guy named Jacob Collier who also does amazing music, and their influences are very interesting. The way they do music is fascinating. Their live concerts are apparently banger. I know people who are like music majors who are like, you have to go, but they haven't come to my city in like a very long time now. So, but I really wish I could have gone when like back then if I knew about them, because they'll just improvise a song live, and your voice is one of the many instruments that they use to improvise. It's fucking nuts. It's really cool. But yeah, that's just where I found this. I thought it'd be fun to show you some music that I listen to. I'm gonna try to do that more because I think it's fun to share stuff. So I'll show you some more music that I find as I go. There's a couple more too, but we'll save it for the BRB segments to keep it light. And also just to not give DMCA a chance. I'm just trying to really avoid DMCA here. But they'll only catch us if they see it live, right? They'll only catch us if they see it live. But again, all credits go to them. Amazing bands, amazing music. For a kid's song, again, it's a weird style of a kid's song. If I was a kid and I heard heavy metal, I would be like, it's so noisy. But, you know, the message is good, and it sounds, you know, interesting. And, like, the singer's voice, honestly, works really well. The way the music flows is very good, too. And the way it cuts to the heavy metal is very comedic. And so it's a very whimsical song, despite, you know, heavy metal being typically, like, you know, very grungy, very deadly sounding. That one, in a weird way, the heavy metal sounds very whimsical. It's like compare that with Breathe by what the fuck is it called? The Prodigy? Breathe the Prodigy. Is that it? But they're like, yeah, breathe with me. It's like this song here. So compare it like that versus like this. This is not really heavy metal. But like, just like compare them, right? And then it's like, okay, yeah, like a very different vibe, right? But they do a good job of turning it into a whimsical experience. But that's enough talk about music. I'll share some more music after. We're gonna go right into the first weird game of today, Salamander County. Okay, this is a game that I've been looking forward to for a long time because again, we got maybe only halfway through the game. I'm assuming it takes place across the entire month of July, and where we left off was interesting. We're currently in the middle of handing over the rat to the corporation.